All right. Welcome. Welcome. I'm doing an ASMR video tomorrow, probably, because I believe there's not enough CPAP ASMR. We need more sleep apnea ASMR on YouTube. Let me just quickly. I only see one sleep apnea ASMR on YouTube ever. One. That is not okay. That is not okay. I want at least, and it's not even a sleep apnea ASMR. It's a snoring ASMR with sleep apnea in the not hyphens, parentheses. So somebody needs to do something. Hello, Chrissy. Yes, thank you. Be sure to like the video on your way in. It helps the algorithm. Also, let me know if you're getting ads throughout the video. I'm playing around with the settings to see what settings makes people get ads and what settings don't make people get ads. That's what I'm trying to see. Meltdown was glorious. Cat Flan, welcome. Khalidra, Ronell, Salt. The topic for today, the topic for the day, well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. That is the topic for today. And I feel like we can start with this. Let me put this on because I do think this is important. I feel like that is something I say a lot.
Excuse me, sir. Man, I don't have no money, man. I was wondering if you could pay for my food for me. You ain't got it. You ain't had none. All right, thank you though. Okay. Hey, excuse me. I'm gonna ask him. Excuse me. You think you can pay for my food for me, man?
What you got, bro?
Man, I got a few snacks. Yeah, I've been starving lately, man. You got me?
Man, it's finna be Easter Sunday, bro. I might as well look out, man.
You got me, man? Hey, congratulations, man. You just won $10,000, man.
Swear.
Yeah, put it in your pocket. You just won $10,000, man. That's how you do it, man. Bless people and I bless others, man. That's how you do it, man. Give me that, man.
So you don't need me to
It's for my TV channel, by the way.
Your TV channel?
Yeah.
Bro, you gotta type. What's your name, bro?
Mouth Too Goated.
That's your TV channel?
Yeah, man. That could have been you, man. That could have been you, man.
I appreciate you. That's real, man. Without you, I wouldn't have got my blessing, bro.
Okay. Yeah, man.
You, my guy. All right.
I hate these videos. Stupid. Is the money real? See, now we're about to fight. The idea that someone goes into the store, since y'all are asking, is the money real? Here's what I think the breakdown for this prank was. I can't remember it. The two guys on the right are in on it. So one guy is the guy, and then there's the guy recording, and then the guy off to the side who's like, oh, sure, I'll pay for your groceries. He's a plant. The man who they go up to and ask, will he pay for the groceries, is not a plant. So they go up to a real person. Wait, where is it? Let me find, it's another one. It's so similar.
What's good?
Yeah, I think this is it.
What's good, my brother?
Hey, how you doing, man?
$1,000, or shall I double it and give it to the next person?
So what?
$1,000 for you, or shall I double it and give it to the next person?
Give it to me.
You?
No, we're gonna double it.
Double what? What y'all talking about?
Y'all don't.
That ain't counted.
Y'all don't want it.
Nah, we gonna double it and give it to the next person.
Who you talking to?
Y'all together, right?
No, I don't even know him.
Yeah, you do.
So y'all gonna seriously?
We gonna double it.
I don't know this dude, man.
So what's the
Why
deal?
are you lying?
So do y'all want me to double
You
it?
know what? Let's go. If you can make money, I'll take it. But I don't know you, man.
Double it and give it to the next person.
Double it and give me what I get out of it.
Nothing. We finna give it to the next person.
No, we. No, dude, you call me a liar.
So we're doubling it. You're a good sir. Excuse me. Would you like $1,000, or shall I double it and give it to the next person?
I'll take it.
Oh, yeah. Look, that's beautiful. I don't give a man,
We just blessed that man. We just blessed that man.
Get my face, man. Get the fuck out my face.
You come up towards me.
Get the fuck out my face.
It's okay, bro.
No, get the.
Look, I don't know what it is about these pranks. To be clear, since some of y'all were confused in the comments, he comes up to ask them if they want to double it or give it to the next person. One of his friends who is in on the prank comes up and says, "We're going to double it, sir." They don't even give him a chance to take it. Then he goes off to another person who's also in on the prank and says, "We're going to give them 2K," and they take it. And the other person is heated, apparently, because this man's like, "Get the F out my face." Now, back to the original topic at hand.
Excuse me, sir. Man, I don't have no money, man. I was wondering if you could pay for my food for me. You ain't got it. You ain't had none. All right, thank you though. Hey, excuse me. I'm gonna ask him. Excuse me. You think you could pay for my food for me, man?
What you got, bro?
Man, I got a few snacks. Yeah, I'm been starving lately, man. You got me?
Man, it's finna be Easter Sunday, bro. I might as well look out, man.
Got me, man. Hey, congratulations, man. You just won $10,000, man.
Swear.
Yeah, put it in your pocket. You just won $10,000, man. That's how you do it, man. Bless people and I bless others, man. That's how you do it, man. Give me that,
That's
man.
real. So you don't need me to
It's for my TV channel, by the way.
Your TV channel?
Yeah.
Bro, you gotta type. What's your name, bro?
Mouth too good.
That's your TV channel?
Yeah, man. That could have been you, man. That could have been you, man.
TV channel? I appreciate you.
He about to give to any and everybody in his life for like the next 3 or 4 weeks. He about to give to anybody who asks for anything. Anywho, today's topic is the spirit of giving, particularly to your children, right? Even if they're not born yet. There. Now I'm full screen. I'm going to play my thingy and we can get into it. So, some new research has dropped. As of April 3rd. This is completely unrelated to anything we'll talk about. I should have played this before the intro, but it's fine. Romantic relationships turn off women more than men. This was interesting. This is from Psychology Today. I'm not going to read all of this. I just want to read the parts that I think were important. Let's see. Singlism. Wait, hold up. That's a word I haven't seen before. So singlism is apparently like racism, but towards single people, not black people. Interesting. So marriage and romantic relationships are relentlessly celebrated in the US and other nations. In popular culture, romantic plots are ubiquitous. Characters who love being single and want to stay single, I call them single at heart. Not you call them that. That's what everybody calls them, single at heart. Are rare. In the marketplace, the workforce, and just about every other domain, couples get special deals or better treatment. Singlism is also evident in the hundreds of federal laws in the US that benefit and protect only people who are legally married. And yet, previous surveys of adults in the US show that substantial numbers of solo single people, they are not married, cohabitating, or in a committed romantic relationship, do not want a romantic relationship. A published study showed something similar. Love as a low priority, gender and relationship differences, history differences in singles, values of romantic partnership. Yale sociologist Hannah Tesler and her colleagues found that 39% of singles in the US said that having a long-term committed romantic partner was not at all important. However, they added an important qualification. Having prior romantic relationship experience matters, and the implications are just the opposite for heterosexual men compared to heterosexual women. So, let's go down. The single participants were, The single participants were sorted into 3 categories of previous romantic relationship experience. no romantic relationship experience at all, which was 28% of people. They have romantic relationship experience but have never been married, which was 32% of people, or they were previously married, which was 41%. I believe the average age, by the way, was 50. The average age set was 50. So be aware. This is people who have plenty of experience with marriage and or relationships. Among the single people who had no previous romantic relationship, the men were more likely than the women to say that it was not at all important to have a romantic partner. Had to pause. I thought my neighbor was singing. 40% compared to just over 30%, though the difference was not statistically significant. I hear something. I don't know where it's coming from, though. The walls are so thin here. Can we take a moment to pray? Can we take a moment to pray? While we're taking a moment, be sure to like the stream on your way in. It does help. Ooh. Singleism, yes. Did you see the CNN report that 50% of Black men have no friends? All spend their time alone watching TV or online. All I did not read that. All that sounds sad. I hope they find a friend. I hope they find a friend. I'm not laughing because I think it's funny. I genuinely think that's sad. Aw. Anywho, back to this data that says that men are not happy single. The men were more likely than the women to say it was not at all important to have a romantic partner. These are men and women who are single and have no previous romantic relationship experience. They have never cohabitated, dated, married, nothing. They have never had any type of romantic relationship. The men were more likely to say than women that they don't it's not at all important, although the difference was not statistically significant. For those who did have previous romantic experience, the results were exactly the opposite. Women were more likely than men to say that having a romantic partner was not at all important. There, it's important to put that on screen. Among those who had previous romantic relationship experience but had never been married, more than 40% of the women said that having a romantic partner was not at all important, compared to just over 20% of men who said the same thing. Among those who had been previously married, more than half of women, about 55%, said that having a romantic partner was not at all important, compared to just over 30% of men. And let's pause there, because in my anecdotal experience, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before, but there are these videos that go viral. I think we even covered one on IDGAT before, every couple of months, and it'll be like some old woman who is not conventionally attractive, and she's crying on TikTok or Instagram Reels or YouTube about how she's never been loved and had a relationship, and she wants someone so desperately. So in my own anecdotal experience, I feel like the women who I see who do want a relationship are women who have never been in a relationship before. So in my mind, this data is absolutely correct, and does corroborate with what I have seen in real life. So another way to think about the findings is this. For the heterosexual men, if they have romantic relationship experience, they are more likely to want more. For the women, if they have romantic relationship experience, they are less likely to want more. In fact, for the women who were previously married, more than half say that having a romantic partner is not at all important. It sounds like y'all got a taste of what everybody was talking about, and y'all was like, ew. This don't taste how y'all said it tastes. That's what it sounds like. So I'm not going to get into any more of this. Oh, that's sad. Other evidence that women are typically less thrilled than men with their romantic relationships. Oh. Women are less likely than men to remarry or cohabitate. Oh. Divorce is more likely to be initiated by women. Aww. It sounds like men are happy in relationships and women aren't. So nothing we haven't heard before, but there's new data and I was interested in it. So that's not at all related to the topic. Let's get to the actual topic. Let me make a timestamp to give y'all this after the stream post, because I know y'all don't want to sit through. I know y'all don't want to sit through research. That's not what we're here for. We're here for mess. So let me put this gentleman on screen. I'm sure you guys aren't familiar with him. I'll let you guys sit with this for a second. I want you to really take in. Oh, excuse me. Jump scare warning. I know you guys were upset with me the last time. And now one of the happy new parents. Today we're going to be celebrating love. And we're going to be celebrating parenthood. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. What needs to be changed? I don't know what needs to be changed. Is it a shave needed? Is it, what is needed? I don't understand what needs to be improved. I can't like put my finger on it. You know what I mean? So I won't comment on it further. Fresh. Oh, and before we start, let me first say, based on what I've seen so far, I believe both of these future parents are dysfunctional. Walter on the right is a misogynist. He's a player who apparently claims he has slept with over 1,000 women. I don't know if you guys remember that, but he apparently has slept with over 1,000 women, according to his own words. There have not been a single woman besides this woman to come out and corroborate these claims, so we'll just have to take his word for it. He does not use protection, apparently, with all these women. And then he tries to avoid raising the children that result from his bad decision making, which I ultimately find hypocritical because his entire online presence is about holding women accountable, which is something that he apparently cannot do for himself. Not only is he sleeping with women using no protection, knowing he has no intention to raise children that result from pregnancy, but apparently part of getting these women to sleep with him is lying to them, telling them they're going to have a future together, you're going to be my child's mother, etc., and then switching up afterwards. And I believe, this is why I believe he's dysfunctional. But I also believe that the woman is dysfunctional because she slept with him. She slept with this man. Can we put this back on screen? And you're about to tell me she's not dysfunctional with this on top of you? No. More than once? No. Anyone who would willingly, anyway. That's not what we're here to talk about. We're not here to talk about her. We're here to talk about them. And I just put this on the screen because I know you guys don't know who Walter is. Y'all have never seen him, heard of him. So I just wanted you guys to get a good look and understanding of who he is. Let me also pull up. Let me pull up some. I wanted to pull up some of what I think is important. Because MyON corroborated this claim. The women didn't, but MyON did.
Here's the thing. The RP is nothing more than guys sharing notes all across the world about their experiences with women.
It's an aggregate of male information.
And me and Fresh, right? Perfect examples of this. Both we grew up nerds. We weren't necessarily the best with the ladies, but we figured out how to do this thing, and now we're pretty successful ladies. You know, we're both triple digit notch count. He's in the quadruples. And I'm here to tell you guys right now, as a guy that came up, these truths are they're evident, man.
In 6 months?
I don't know if you guys heard him, but he did say he and Fresh are in the quadruples. So MyON has corroborated the claim that Fresh is out here with 1,000 bodies, according to him and this one man. I also think it's important just to never mind, we don't have to go through that. There was one clip about them saying why it's important for you to sleep with 50 women before you settle down, and you have to sleep with 50 women at least to understand them. But we don't have to play that. We don't have to play that. What I wanted to do for this stream was start with some of their views on abortion, because I do think it's important to frame conversations and not just start with the information we just got yesterday or the day before, whenever it leaked. It's important that we start with their views generally, but I found myself extremely disgusted sitting through their more than 4-hour video on abortion and Roe v. Wade being overturned. I was extremely disgusted. Extremely disgusted. So I'll just give a brief summary. They seem to be overjoyed that, before we get into that, MyON. I did not know how to pronounce this. I'm sorry. MyON donated 10 memberships to, I don't know who you donated them to, but he donated them to somebody. Did anyone just get membership? Let me see. What? Tiffany's in here? Where's Tiff? Are you in here, Tiff? I haven't seen Tiff in a while. So China Ming, Tiff, Paper Tape, Alicia, Tamara, Martina, India, Nicole, Tauruses, and Kerosene were gifted a membership. So I just wanted to name them so y'all could give him or her some love, since they gifted you a membership. Now, controversial take on gifting memberships. I don't know what happens at the end of the membership. I don't know if it automatically, now your credit card is attached, and at the end of your membership, it automatically renews. So I would go in and check the settings if y'all are not ready to spend that $1 per month. The membership is $1, by the way. Well, I think it's 99 cents, but it's $1. We round up here. You can round up and donate to whoever. So just giving a thanks. Okay, it just ends. Got it. Petty, in what field of study did you partake in the educational institution? There was actually a vocational school for me to become a janitor. Outside of that, I don't have a higher education. But welcome, Tiff. I haven't seen you in a while. Tiff came out of hiding. That's awesome. I promise you came for the right stream, because it's going to be ghetto. But to get back to a summary of their abortion stream, let me see. Maybe we can play a few clips.
You have no right to an abortion. Okay. Yeah. The Constitution does not confer a right to abortion. There it is. Wow. Right there, black and white. And you know what? The only real job that the Supreme Court has is to interpret.
Actually, let's go here.
Nothing gets women to the polls like the idea that they're going to lose their right to have an abortion.
This is, by the way, number one, what they think the function of abortion is, as well as why they think Roe v. Wade was overturned.
Abortion.
Yeah.
So, and again, and what's the basic function for that? I'll just repeat this one more time. The latent function of abortion is as a fail-safe for bad reproductive choices. You do not get around that, ladies. You do not. You say, what is the function? What is the purpose for abortion? Well, a woman should have a right to choose. I'm not talking about that. So,
I don't think there was anything important here. I just clipped pieces that I thought were important, like they were chiding about women losing the right to abortion. They were defining the functions of abortion, which they believe was Roe v. Wade was overturned because Democrats have a conspiracy to get women voters, and they know that women will vote on abortion. So they purposefully had Clarence Thomas overturn Roe v. Wade with the other members. And this was a ploy to get women to vote. The conspiracy is confusing, and I watched it all. It's confusing, and I watched it all. I marked this moment because this is the first time that Fresh actually said something. It's not anything important, but Fresh said something here. I realized, because the whole reason I was watching this, by the way, is because I wanted Fresh specifically. I wanted Fresh's opinions specifically on abortion and on Roe v. Wade being overturned and his thoughts. But what I learned from watching this more than 4-hour video on their channel is Fresh does not contribute anything at all to the live streams, ever. I think this is the 44-minute mark. Within 44 minutes, this man has said like a sentence or two. I went and watched another one of their streams, and it was the same thing. And then I watched one more, and when he was speaking a lot, but he was stuttering. He sounded, I don't know. It did not sound alpha male to me. So maybe there's a reason he does not speak. But I just wanted to point out that he doesn't speak, and this was one of the first times he did, even if it wasn't anything important.
Yo, can you imagine? Oh, I'm here for an abortion. Why is that? Oh, I had a one-night stand. Oh, he told me that he loved me. It's like, bro, maybe stupid reasons like that.
You don't even have to get that detailed.
Actually, even though that's not important at all, that does sound like the method he used, interestingly enough, telling a girl that he's interested in her and all this, and then suddenly they switch up, right? And maybe one more
thing. Abortion has made things equal between the two genders.
Yes.
And this might be
Quite
a little bit of a
more
controversial take for me to say this, but last time I checked, for the past 50 years, women have had universal control over who gets born and who doesn't. Now they don't. They're in the same powerless position as who? Men. So now they can't necessarily go ahead and terminate a pregnancy if the guy wants to go ahead and have the child, because we know a man might want to have a child and a woman doesn't. She says, fuck you, and goes and has an abortion anyway. Now she can't.
Anyway, so outside of the conspiracy that MyON believes, insofar as there's just all these men out here who want a child, but the woman is aborting it, that is just a phenomenon that is apparently going on. The single mother rate does not seem to agree with that statement, but that's a statement that he believes. Like I said, I watched a lot of this video, found it very disgusting, and it didn't actually talk about a lot as far as their opinion on abortion, outside of them sort of celebrating the fact that women lost the right to that and saying that women are now on par with men. So it seemed to be something they were happy about. It also, at some point, I think they said that abortion negatively impacts men's dating strategy, because they have a very basic worldview, in my opinion, of men. Like, all men do this, all women do this, all rich men do this, poor men do this, wealthy women do this, X, Y, and Z. They have very basic and generalized worldviews that I think are flawed. But to summarize it, and you've probably heard this before, they're saying that men of higher status abuse women. Pretty much, that's what they're saying. Men of higher status abuse women, and men of lower status love and appreciate women so much. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this before. It takes a couple different forms. Some people say, oh, I'm going to date an ugly man because he's never been in a relationship, so he's going to appreciate me so much. And if I date like a pretty boy or some handsome man, he's had all this attention, so he's going to cheat, and I don't know why people make this stuff up in their heads, but for some reason people think ugly men are going to treat them better, or if you date a rich man, he's going to treat you bad, but lower status men are going to treat you well. The DV rates don't seem to suggest that, based on what income bracket is doing what. The SA rates don't seem to suggest that, based on what income bracket is doing what. So I don't know why they have that worldview, but they have that worldview. And they say that abortion is negatively impacting the average man's dating strategy, because back in the day, if a woman was trying to go after these high status guys and she got used and abused, and there is no access to abortion back in the day, so she would have to deal with those consequences. And they believe that this make women less likely to date higher status men, and would force women in a way, or coerce women in a way, to date average men instead. But now, since they're able to terminate pregnancy, they can go and be with the rich abuser with no consequence, and this leaves the average man without any wombs to impregnate. No wombs. Powerless. Anyway, they also had a live stream last night to address the allegations. Based on my watch, the live stream was like an hour and something long, but they deleted the last portion of it at some period, and I didn't download it. I think they deleted something very important, but I can't remember what it was like on the last half of the live stream. Let me see. Why didn't MyON hold Fresh accountable on camera? Let me see. And then the comments. Okay, let me pause and say the comments on the video from, I think this was last night. Let me check. Yep. Yesterday evening. Yep. So this was last night, basically. The comments on their own video are dragging Fresh. The comments on Fresh and Fit YouTube channel are dragging Fresh. This live stream is useless, by the way. They spent an hour last night adding absolutely nothing to the conversation. Absolutely nothing. It was a waste of my time to watch it. I thought I was going to see a defense in there because I've seen people talk about like Fresh being a victim and being taken advantage of. So I thought last night they were going to go live and show us all this proof that they had that he was being taken advantage of. But instead, they kind of just dragged her. It was filled with mostly nothing, and it seemed like Darvo, actually. I'm not sure if you guys know what that is. But if you don't, I'll quickly put it on screen because it's important for the sake of this conversation. DARVO is an acronym for Deny, Attack, and Reverse Victim and Offender. It is a tactic a person may use to deflect responsibility onto an individual they have abused. It is a form of manipulation a person may use to discredit a survivor's experience. I actually didn't know until today that DARVO encompasses all abuse. I used to think it was just strictly sexual crimes or abuse. So someone may use DARVO to make it seem as though the survivor of their abuse was actually the perpetrator. The reason we're reading this, by the way, is because it's more useful than their stream last night. We're going to read this to understand pretty much what they did in their stream last night instead of watching it because it was useless. A person who uses DARVO may deny that they have done anything wrong. They may also state that they are the one who has experienced abuse rather than the actual survivor. This form of manipulation may make it difficult for other people to determine who is telling the truth. The most common place I've seen this, by the way, is in court. I think generally when lawyers or defense attorneys are cross-examining a victim of R, usually it seems like the lawyer is there to insert doubt into the story. Was she really here? Was she really taken advantage of? Okay, but did she really drink that much? Was she really uncomfortable? Like, they just exist to insert doubt, in my opinion, and make the jury confused on whether or not they should support the victim. Not actually objectively look at a situation, but specifically discrediting a victim. This is what I feel like they did it last night. So what is DARVO? DARVO is a technique a person may use to shift responsibility for an abusive incident onto the survivor of the abuse. It may also help the person who perpetrated the abuse deflect some of the responsibility and blame onto the survivor. A person may use DARVO to avoid punishment or repercussion for their actions. A study from 2022 looked into the experiences of 89 women who experienced SA while at a college. Researchers found that almost half the participants experienced DARVO tactics from the person who abused them when they had further contact with them. DARVO comprises 3 behaviors. Deny. A perpetrator of abuse may deny they have done anything wrong. They may minimize the feelings of the person they abused. For example, they may tell the person they have abused that they are overly sensitive, blowing things out of proportion, or being ridiculous. Next is attack. When a perpetrator is accused of wrongdoing, they may attack the credibility and character of the survivor of their abuse. They may bring up incidents from a person's past to discredit their accusations. A perpetrator may state that the survivor of their abuse is a liar, has a mental health issue or issues, misuses drugs or alcohol, consented to what happened, or has a history of making false allegations. The phone went off. They may also use gaslighting to confuse the survivor of their abuse. Gaslighting is when a person manipulates another person into doubting their own reality. It may cause a survivor of abuse to second guess what happened. And lastly is reverse victim and offender. A person may state that the survivor of their abuse is actually the one who perpetrated it. Their aim is to discredit the survivor while making it seem as though they are the one who has been abused. For example, the perpetrator may lie and state that the survivor of their abuse is out to get them, trying to make them look bad or ruin their life, trying to get custody of their children, trying to get money from them, jealous of them, or angry that they rejected them. So that was Darvo. I'm not going to read how Darvo affects mental health or how you can protect yourself against it. Maybe we can do that in a different video. I just wanted to read that because that's what they were doing pretty much. That's what they were doing. Welcome, VTV. Welcome. Let me see what's going on in the comments. How can they say that while simultaneously considering themselves high value? Say what? I know Fresh was talking about he was broke in the messages, but we about to pull them up too. Suddenly broke. I wanted to look at so there's this interesting child support phenomenon where men like quit their job, go to a lower paying job, or start working under the table so they can avoid paying child support that I wanted to look into before this stream. Let me see if I still have those. No, I don't. Unfortunately, that would have been nice to look at. Thank you for the $5, Vision Harry. You're doing good work educating people about Darvo Petty. Thank you. I do think that's important. I want to do a video on it now that I'm doing videos instead of just live streaming. But I say that and then I don't do videos. So, but I did make a video recently. You guys should go watch it. So I can't find what I want to find right now. What I wanted to find was an article on this phenomenon, and I didn't save it because it wasn't related to this live stream. It was not related to this live stream. The only thing I can find right now is how can you get out. There's actually tips and tricks on how to get out of paying child support, but I can't find the article I'm looking for. Tips and tricks. And this is crazy. I'm looking at this is crazy because Google is free, right? I'm not suggesting that people should take advantage of this, but there are resources available for people who are struggling with child support to use, and I feel like they're not using them and they're just complaining. Because it feels like everything that I could find on the internet around avoiding child support or taking care of your kids, getting custody of them, is aiming to help those individuals, but apparently they can't find it. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Now let's pull up the messages. Now that we've gotten past Darvo and I can't find what I need to find. Jump scare. What I think is interesting is this. I found this on Know Your Meme yesterday. I'm pretty sure this news dropped yesterday. This is Know Your Meme, by the way. It explains memes. CJ Daisy and Walter Weeks pregnancy controversy. I'm trying to make it bigger. Why can't I make it bigger? I don't have a reader, so let me liquidate my throat. And let's get into it. Also, let me know if you guys are getting ads on the live streams. While they're live, you should not be getting ads on the live stream, so please let me know if you are. CJ Daisy and Walter Weeks pregnancy controversy refers to the controversy surrounding a series of leaked text messages and phone conversation between CJ Daisy and Manosphere podcast host Walter Weeks, fresh and fit. Let's read some of the background. On April 3rd, 2024, hey, that was Wednesday. Daisy, we're going to refer to her as Daisy and him as Walter, who was Miss Asia 2023? Wait, hold up. Did I miss something? Let me see. Is this her? Nope. Okay, they lied. Why would they lie? They had me Googling stuff. Anywho, a leaked series of DMs between herself and Walter Weeks, exposing him for trying to get her to have an, what can I use that's YouTube friendly? Terminate the pregnancy against her wishes. We already know the background. Let's get into these messages. I'm trying to make them as big as I can. I don't know if you guys can see them, but I'm going to just read them out loud. So, as you guys are probably already aware, the image starts with a positive pregnancy test. Excuse me, 2 positive pregnancy tests. I don't know. One looks a little faded. And this is my issue with pregnancy tests, actually. How do I word it? Is that a cross or is it a dash at the top? I feel like it's a dash. I feel like these pregnancy tests are making people panic. That's what I feel like. But she said, "You always told me you wanted me to be your baby's mother. Mother. I loved you, and I did everything to be a good girlfriend. Now this is happening. You walked away. I think I want to keep the baby. I don't want to kill alive." Alive. I think she meant a life. He said, "I'll call you shortly." This was 11 minutes later. Let me pause and say, if somebody wants to talk to you about something instead of text, they don't want it on record. That's how I feel. She said, "Take your time." She's better than me. What do you mean? What do you mean shortly? Take your time. No, I need it now. This is a conversation that did y'all see this test? This positive test? What do you mean take all the time you need? Nope, you got 9 months, sir. So he called her, and after the call, which apparently was it doesn't say it was 50 minutes long, but he texted 50 minutes after the call started and said, "I can't have kids." And she said, "Take responsibility for your actions." Ooh, not she's here to hold Walter accountable. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Not these are these out of order? Let me go back and make sure we're reading in order. He says, "What's this?" in regard to the pregnancy test. She says, "Read it. Blood test, pregnancy blood test." He said, "I know." Oh, okay. It's in regards to this paper she sent. He said, "I know, but what does it mean? I don't understand the numbers." How are you teaching? How are you a leader to? Let me see how many subscribers their channel has. I mean, he isn't the leader, though. He isn't the leader, if we're being technical. The other one is, right? 1.57 million. And you don't know how to read numbers. That's interesting. That's interesting who people choose to make their leaders. That is just interesting. That's all I'll say. He said he doesn't understand the numbers. Let's see if we can understand them. Let's see if we can understand the numbers. All right, y'all. He might have had a point. Hold up. Weeks of gestation. Okay, let's see. We got the dates up here. We got the times. So this conversation happened the day before she leaked it. Ooh. 3 to 4 weeks, doctors say. They say she's 3 to 4 weeks pregnant, so I assume her numbers fell between these two numbers, which is what would determine whether or not she's pregnant. I don't know what they're measuring, though. Well, oh yeah, they're measuring her blood. It's a blood test. Duh. Anywho. Three to 4 weeks, doctor says. He says, oh, okay. Now let me pause. Why are you sending dry messages after the pregnancy test? I feel like if someone's sending you dry messages after the pregnancy test, you probably shouldn't go ahead with the pregnancy, in my opinion. I'm 3 to 4 weeks pregnant. Cool. No, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that. It's our baby, and you want to kill our baby. You are not being a good human. Sounds like she's pro-life. This is apparently how overseas women are. Maybe they have different values than American women, and they don't believe in pro-choice. Maybe they don't believe in pro-choice. So if you're going overseas to be with women, it is apparently important to know their values and their culture, which hopefully you would be like studied on before you go to these countries. You would be there to experience their culture and their values, and not like something else, not going there for something else, hopefully, right? So also, where is this? Since we're talking about going overseas, this is not necessarily related, because someone brought up this article. Passport Bros, not that one. It's very recent. There is a lot of bad news about Passport Bros. Now that I looked it up, Passport Bros, beware men traveling to Colombia for love, okay, are ending up drugged, robbed, or dead after being lured by women on dating apps. What? How can this be? Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Passport Bros reportedly getting killed in Colombia after trying to find women. What? No, this can't be. This can't be true. I literally just read from Passport Bros website that overseas women are like super sweet and feminine. I don't know, guys. I know that the data is right here in front of me, but I just can't believe it. I don't know. But I can't find the one I'm looking for. But there was a Passport Bro who did some things in a different country with a child, and the authorities let him go, and he fled to the United States. The locals got upset, not just at him, but for Passport Bros in general, who they claim are coming overseas to get with children in countries where the age of consent might be lower, which is interesting because the age of consent is lower, but they're still violating the age of consent in these countries, which is interesting. I think the reason the authorities let them go, by the way, is because the man was in the bedroom with children at a hotel or motel. I don't think he could afford something with more than 2 floors. So I'm gonna say motel. And the children were just in there, but they weren't touching each other. At the time, he was not touching them when the officers walked in. And because they didn't see anything, they figured they would let him go, which the locals are now calling a failure on the part of the police. And the locals are upset. The locals are upset because they say these people are coming over here engaging in ex-tourism and now with children. And the locals are warning passport bros, apparently. I can't find the article right now, so we'll get back into that another day. But yeah, I'm just saying that because I can't believe this man is dating and sleeping with a woman with no protection from a country where people might not be as progressive as in the United States. The people here might be a little more traditional with their beliefs. It's crazy that someone wouldn't know that if they're going to these countries to get women. That's crazy. But she said, it's our baby and you want to kill our baby. You are not being a good human. He said, it's not about that right now. It's not good. And a lot is happening, especially now business may be over. I believe what he's saying here is he's referring to their channel being demonetized on YouTube. Let me see how long ago this was. Around 7 months ago. So they were demonetized on YouTube around 7 months ago and pretty much migrated to what's it called? Rumble. They migrated to there in the other streams. But I pulled up their Rumble and apparently they only have 1/5 of the subscribers that they have on YouTube. To be fair, I think a lot of the subscribers on YouTube came in when Red Pill was popular, and then Destiny came in there and did what he did and destroyed their ideology. And then after that, I feel like Red Pill kind of died. Like Kevin Samuels dying was a big hit to Red Pill, in my opinion. And then Andrew Tate getting arrested was a big hit to Red Pill. Then Destiny comes in after all the big hitters are gone, and Destiny comes and bullies these men. Now that the big guys are gone, Destiny came in with these 2 goofballs to destroy their ideology, and it's just not a good look. And then they get demonetized. Like it's like back to back to back to back to back. Just life has been throwing stuff to them back to back to back. So maybe that's why their following is not as robust on Rumble. So back to our messages. Back to our messages. Jump scare. Y'all are going to get that every time I'm looking for the messages. Okay, here we go. He said it's not about that right now. It's not good. And a lot is happening, especially now business may be over. I don't know what it is with people, and as soon as the pregnancy tests come back positive, they fighting demons, and this not the time. I can't raise a child. I'm fighting demons right now, and that's so much going on in my life. I don't know what it is about yesterday, between yesterday and today, that suddenly a lot's going on in his life, but a lot wasn't going on when he was hitting it raw. It was not going on then. That's not when a lot was going on. He wasn't thinking about a lot going on then. I don't want kids right now. He was not thinking about him not wanting kids right now when he was hitting it raw. He certainly was not thinking about that now. But in these text messages after the fact, he was. And we spoke about it and you agreed. She said, I never agreed. I agreed based on your actions. If you are not educated, if you keep, what's a family friendly word? What is a family-friendly word for this? So let's call it seed. If you keep seed inside of me, I will get pregnant. I don't get pregnant without your behave. Words mean nothing. Apparently words don't mean anything because she can't spell. Man up. I'm not saying I want to be with you. I'm not saying I want to be with you. I don't, because you are nothing to me, but the baby is innocent. So let's pause. Number one, I'm going to forgive her spelling because she's foreign. And the fact that she's typing this well in the first place, I think is good. Bilingual people, I think, are smarter than me because I don't know 2 languages. She's so hot too. This is unbelievable. Really, you don't think these two look the same attractive level? You don't think they look like they go together? HUR? You don't think so? I want an answer to that. We're not moving on until you imagining that elephant leg on top of oof. I don't want any images in my mind, any at all. Jump scare. Okay, let's go back to the messages. Oh, to reiterate, she says he needs to man up, and she never agreed not to get pregnant, and she can't get pregnant without his behave, which is important. She can't get pregnant without his behave. Words mean nothing. Man up. So she's trying to hold this young gentleman accountable, and she says the baby is innocent. So she doesn't want to be with him, but the baby is innocent. So maybe she's trying to get him to be in the child's life. Let's see. Fresh said, you should have a kid with someone you are in love with in the same household, and it won't be what you expect. You should have a kid. Maybe Fresh can't grammar either. You should have a kid with someone you are in love in the same household. It won't be what you expect. Man up? Question mark. I'm telling you now so you know. I don't know what this sentence means. I don't know if he's saying if you have a child with someone you love in the same household, it still won't be what you expect, or if he's saying she should have a child with someone she's in love with in the same household, because if she has his child, it's not going to be what she expects. And he said he is manning up by telling her that he doesn't want kids. Manning up apparently has nothing to do with using protection if you don't want children. Manning up apparently is if you tell a woman you don't want children and she's pregnant, she should go out and terminate the pregnancy. Apparently, this is manning up to Walter. Also, the idea that she should have a kid with someone she's in love with is fine. Why are you not having sex with people you're in love with and want to have children with? Raw. How are you telling the person that you don't even follow your own logic? No, she shouldn't have a kid with someone she's in love with because you didn't have raw sex with someone you were in love with and who you were in the same household with. So why should she follow the logic you're not following? That don't make sense. Why would I take advice from a broken mirror? I don't expect anything anymore since we are not together. I got pregnant with you when I was in your house and when I was in love. I got pregnant with you. Apparently, she's birthing Walter. Interesting. She was in his house and she was in love. You wanted to have the baby. If you didn't, you did leave your seed in me with your own pleasure. Be logic. Be logic. And be a man. Can we all be logic right quick? Can we take a second to be logic? I don't get pregnant by myself. And you know what's crazy? Her messages are the most logical. Her messages are the most logical. I still think they're both dysfunctional, but her messages are the most logical. That's crazy. And to be fair, I think she could have been typing in Mandarin since she's from China, it looks like, and it's translating it weird because there might not be direct translations. So, to be fair. But she said, be logic and be a man. I don't get pregnant by myself. True. He is a man and he is supposedly the logical of the human species, the logical side. So this does make sense to, maybe use protection if you don't want children. I don't know. It's not fair for the baby. He said, what are you saying? We are not together and won't be. Why would that be good for a kid? No, I think what she's saying is she wants you to contribute. She wants you to contribute. And that would be good for the kid. So he said that we're not together and won't be. Why would that be good for a kid? And she asked, so why did you keep seed inside me? Inside in me. Also, he says, things happen. Let's pause. Things don't happen. What do you mean things happen? Because wasn't y'all for a month doing stuff? And I just want you guys to really understand, for a month, this man on top of you, on and off, goodness, this has to be intentional. You will not get me to believe that this is somehow a mistake and this thing just wandered into her house and got on top of her. I don't believe that. No, this has to be intentional. It has to be. He said things happen. Things happen. No, things don't happen. I don't like when people say this. I genuinely don't like when people say this. Usually after they cheat. No, things didn't just happen. You had to text this woman, get her plane tickets, fly her to your city, have her on your show, flirt with her, invite her to your home, have sex with her, not using protection, lie to her, tell her that she's such a good woman and she's going to be such a good mother to your children, have more sex with her the next day, and then the next week, and then the next week, and then she got pregnant a few weeks later. Things don't just happen. This can't be y'all leader. Things happen, and yes, feelings change, but bringing a kid into this world without both parents' love is cruel. Well, Walter, you can love your child. Did you know that? I hope what he's saying is not, I'm going to abandon my responsibility to my child if you choose to bring them in the world. I hope that's not what he's saying. Because he certainly can choose to take care and be an active part in his child's life when the child is born. He said, we both thought you wouldn't get pregnant. So what is, let me see. Are people really using the pull-out method? Oh, don't worry. Where's your protection? Don't worry. The pull-out method is 70%. The pull-out method. Wait, it's got an official name, coitus interruptus. He wasn't pulling out. I don't believe this man was pulling anything out of anywhere. I don't believe this man could pull out of his own driveway. The withdrawal method of contraception. So this is a form of contraception. It's called coitus interruptus. Put that on screen. Using the withdrawal method of conception, coitus interruptus, happens when you take the penis out of the vagina and ejaculate outside the vagina to try to prevent pregnancy. The goal of the withdrawal method, also called pulling out, we're not going to call it pulling out, we're going to call it coitus interruptus, is to keep sperm from entering the vagina. Using the withdrawal method for birth control requires self-control. Now let's pause and ask ourselves, do we think this man has self-control? Let's start there. The answer is no. You don't have to guess. I'll spoil it for you. Even then, with self-control, the withdrawal method isn't an especially effective form of birth control. Sperm may enter the vagina if withdrawal isn't properly timed or if pre-ejaculation fluid contains sperm. The withdrawal method doesn't offer protection from STDs. Why it's done? Why is it done? Let's see why people use coitus interruptus. People use the withdrawal method to try to prevent pregnancy. Among various benefits, the withdrawal method, number 1, is free and readily available. Number 2, has no side effects. Number 3, doesn't require a fitting or prescription. Let's go back to number 2. Are you sure it has no side effects? No side effects at all? Nothing you can think of? Nothing. Anywho, let's go to the risk. Using the withdrawal method to prevent pregnancy doesn't pose any direct risk. Are you sure? What page is this? This is Mayo Clinic. I don't know about this one, y'all. Using the withdrawal method to prevent pregnancy doesn't pose any direct risk. Do y'all feel like pregnancy is a direct? Anyway, but it doesn't offer protection from STIs. Some couples also feel that the withdrawal method disrupts sexual pleasure. The withdrawal method isn't as effective as preventing pregnancy as other forms of birth control. It is estimated that 1 in 5 couples who use the withdrawal method for 1 year will get pregnant. What about 1 month? Oof. Let's see. I just want to know the success rate. 78 to 96 effective. That's AI. Let's see. The perfect use failure rate for the pullout method is 4%. This is if you perfectly do it every time. It will prevent it 96% of the time. However, it's estimated 18 to 28% of couples using the method will get pregnant within the first year. That's largely because it's hard to pull off a perfect pullout. I feel like people aren't practicing, because let's go back to the reasons. I think this is important. I don't feel like the reason people use this method is because, what were the reasons? It's free and readily available, has no side effects, doesn't require a fitting or prescription. I assume when they're talking about side effects, they're saying some people are allergic to latex or whatever have you, or birth control like makes their hormones flare up or do weird things to their body. And free and readily available. So free and readily available and has no side effects. I don't think they're doing this because it has no side effects. I don't think they're doing this because condoms require a fitting and birth control requires prescription. That leaves is free and readily available. I don't think they're doing that unless you think Walter is broke and can't afford contraception, which condoms are free at the clinic. So I believe he's doing it, and people generally do it because they have a lack of discipline and they want it to feel good. They just want to feel good. So forget discipline. I just want to feel good. I just want to feel good. Forget discipline. So when we say the perfect use failure rate for the pullout method is 4%, and when done perfectly, the pullout method prevents pregnancy 96% of the time, I don't believe this, because if you're using this method, I believe you're not disciplined already. Talk about a perfect, you got to time it perfectly and hit it right on the, you're not disciplined enough to use protection. Why would you pull out at the right time or at all? Anywho, let's go back to our article. Jump scare. Things happen, and yes, feelings change, but bringing a kid into this world without this, by the way, is assuming that this was the method they were using. There is nothing that you can do to convince me that this man was trying to pull out of anybody. Things happen, and yes, feelings change, but bringing a kid into this world without both parents' love is cruel. We both thought you wouldn't get pregnant. Y'all didn't think that. Stop lying. It was a joke. What was a joke? I wish they would have showed the joke. I wonder what his joke was. It wasn't a joke. I don't believe. Anyway, sorry. She says, all I'm saying is yours should take the responsibility for what you did. I am a victim in this relationship, and I'm carrying your babe. You act like you don't care and you don't want nothing. I hope I didn't read that weird. I'm reading them verbatim. He said, also, now I'm worried I have to test other girls, at least 4. So when I initially saw this part of the screenshots, she responds, by the way, another girl, 4 girls. You are saying you have sex with 4 girls without protection. I hope you have all the money for your children's support. You finally admit that you are a effing trash. So when I initially saw this and I saw her text saying that this was without protection and he was saying he has to go get 4 other girls tested, I completely assumed this was about STIs, not pregnancy. That's what I assumed. That's what I assumed. Maybe it was about both. Maybe it was just about pregnancy. Maybe it was just about STIs. But I don't know currently. Maybe more of the screenshots will tell us a better story. Why are you having unprotected with 5 girls, including this one, and you are, what did that screenshot say? No, never mind. He hasn't made any type of screenshot talking about, or has he? Let me see. Also, things happen. This is what we just read. He said, also, things happen. In bringing a kid into the world without both parents' love is cruel. Things don't happen with 5 women, raw, probably over multiple months or years. Things don't happen. Things don't happen. And yes, I do agree. Whoever in the comments says she needs to get tested. A London link. No, I don't think he was pulling out. I don't have money. So yeah, after she says he's trash for doing it with 4 girls, which apparently is when she discovered that he was cheating, allegedly, if they were together. And she's like, you're effing trash. And I hope you have all the money for your children's support. He said, I don't have money. Good luck. LOL. You will see. I love texts like these because you can take them right on to child support court. Take them right on there. Good luck. I don't know what it is about men who get a vendetta. This is what I wanted to look into, by the way, and put on screen. Unfortunately, I don't have it for you today. But I wanted to look into men who get someone pregnant and then they turn into like, you'll never get a dime out of me. Where is this Mr. Krabs meme? Hold up. Because this is very important.
I'll catch your worm for you. That is, if you're willing to pay.
No! You'll never get a cent out of me!
Okay, I'm not going to play that too much because I don't know how SpongeBob feels about his copyright. So, but yeah, I don't know what it is about these men where they turn into Mr. Krabs. Let me pull up this page. Wrong page. Wrong page. They turn into Mr. Krabs as soon as they get somebody. As soon as they get somebody pregnant, all of a sudden they broke. I've never had a dime. And you know what? I believe it in some cases. I do believe in some cases men will live an entire lie. I just watched this TikTok this morning about this man was married to me for 7 years and I never thought he would abandon me 7 years into marriage while he was saying he loved me, blah, 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 blah. And people started spreading this and they were like, family annihilator. This is a family annihilator. So now I'm looking into this family annihilator thing because these men are in hiding. What did she say? She was like, I found out 7 years into my marriage, he never had a job. Hold up. I absolutely do believe some of these men are pretending to have money. I won't rest until I find this video. Okay, here it is. I've known him for 5 years and we have a baby together. There is no way he's been lying about being employed for the last 6 months. Let me pause. She was saying this sarcastically, by the way. He was lying. Oh, it's a stitch. Let me go back to the original. Family annihilator behavior. How was he faking it? Where did he get the money? Oh, I don't think she's a clown. I think he's a family annihilator. So I absolutely believe, yes, men can and do lie. As is evident with Fresh, since he was talking about this girl is going to be the perfect mother to his kids, and then he switched up. Where'd he get the money from? Family annihilator signs. Why is this so common? Same thing happened to me. All of a sudden, he's like, pack your bags. We are evicted. Do y'all remember that story? It was like, I think it was 2 women, maybe. And one of them was like, found out that they got evicted and they had been behind on payments for like years, but the person had been lying for years. That is crazy. 5 years in, and he's like, hey, we're being evicted today. What? They can't evict us with no notice. Oh, they gave me a notice 60 days ago. Huh? And then they gave me another one 30 days, and then another one 14 days ago, and then another one 7 days ago. And yeah, I don't know what it is about this, but I absolutely will call it a family annihilator, because I also remember there was this I think it was an Asian family, I can't remember, but this was like a really popular true crime a few years ago. This Asian boy had these really high expectations from his parents, and I think he was going to college, but he flunked out, but he pretended to still be going to college. He would go to the local library every day and just sit in there, be on his phone or laptop or whatever, instead of going to school. And then he would come back home around the time school got out, so his parents wouldn't be suspicious about him being home all the time, and they would think he's at school. And then I forgot what happened, but he was basically kicking this can down the road. And eventually your parents are going to be like, where's your diploma? Where's your degree? Why weren't you at graduation? Why isn't your name on the list of graduating students? Why aren't you listed in these classes? Like, eventually you can only kick this can down the road for so long, and they're going to find out. So he ended up unaliving his parents because he didn't want them. The idea of his parents finding out that he had not been going to college for 2 years or however long, I don't know what it is about it, but he couldn't take it, so he unalived his parents. So yeah, family annihilator is what I would call it. We're being evicted, huh? Pack your stuff. We're being evicted. Divorce, please. Before these folks get upset, I'll call it upset. Start unaliving people. But he said he don't have no money, which is a lie, because they're still making money. It might be a lot less, but they're still making money. She then says with this post on her story, my name is Daisy. This is a story between me and Walter Weeks. Ooh, she didn't even spell his. Oh, it's Weeks with a E, but she said weeks as in a day of the week. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe it was a drag. The podcaster known as Fresh on Instagram, and Fresh Prince CEO. We don't know what he's a CEO of, but he's a CEO of something, according to himself. I met him on November 21st in Miami, and I fall in love with him. We spend New Year's together. That's the time when he asked me to be his girl, to commit to him. And he posted a video of us on social media when November 21st. I do remember seeing videos of him with his quote-unquote Asian girlfriend in January. He said to me, I love you. I don't want you to be with other man. A few days later, he asked me to meet his mom. Everything went well. I showed him and his mom my respect. He defended me on his podcast from the rumors. That's the moment I truly fallen in love with him. But this is where the game began. Let me pause. Why are people introducing people to parents who they have no intention of so as a parent, you're not going to be like, oh wow, that's the 5th girlfriend this month. Like, you're not going to make this girl aware. I feel like you shouldn't be complicit in your child doing something bad. But also maybe the parents didn't know, or maybe they don't care. Let my son walk in the kitchen with another girl. Another one? Damn. How does it feel? You the 5th girl I met this month. Oh, you didn't know he was bringing other girls in here? Oops. My bad. Why are you bringing people to meet your parents? Stop getting third parties involved. A few days later, he asked me to meet his mom. Everything went well. I showed him and his mom my respect. He defended me on his podcast from the rumors. That's the moment I truly fallen in love with him. But this is where the game began. He defended me on his podcast from the rumors. That's the moment I truly fallen in love. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this actually. Defended you from the rumors that his community is starting, that his community is perpetrating, that he contributes to on the shows that you're not a part of. The rumors that you are a gold digger and you are 304, and these are the same rumors that in every other episode of Fresh and Fit, he is perpetuating to the degree that he contributes, because as I said in that 4-hour and 30-minute video, he speaks like twice. So contribute is a strong word for what Walter does on Fresh and Fit. But yes, contribute is what I would say, and perpetuates the idea that women like you are 304s or whatever they use, and gold digger and all this stuff. But also, why are you falling in love because someone who curated a community to drag women like you is protecting you from that community? And what was the protection and defense? That's what I want to know. That made you fall in love with him. That don't make sense to me. He defended me on his podcast from the rumors. That's the moment I truly fallen in love with him. But this is where the game began. That ain't where it began. That's where you figured out it began. But no, he was playing a game for a while, probably with other women too. I left Miami on January 8th, traveled back to China for Chinese New Year. The night before, we had a serious conversation. He said he sees me like someone to spend the whole life with, and I told him I was going to move to Miami for him. From then, we started a long-distance relationship for 2 months until I traveled to Barbados. I met his entire family there. Shout out to Michael Jackson. There he made everything so real that he is serious with me. Therefore, I am not on both control. I am not on both control. Therefore, I am not on both control. I am only on one control. Anyway, therefore, I'm not on both control, and we had sexual behavior without protection. I was ready to have a baby with him and build a family. How old is she? Hold up. How old is she? I'm gonna say 35. I don't know how old she is. See, I searched her name and it's just pulling me up old white women in Meadows, New York. I don't think that's her. I don't think it's this old white lady in Meadows, New York. Can I get an age? Between 34 and 80. Okay. She's between 34 and 80. I'm going to say 34. You guys can put a number. He's 41? Oh my goodness. Anyway, I can't find her age, but it says 34 to 80. So y'all can leave y'all guesses in the comments. No, I thought he was 51. That's not what I said. He was 51. She's 28. Okay, she's 28. Why is this 51-year-old man? Well, she's towards 30. She's towards 30. But this man is 51. Why are you with a 28-year-old? Well, I already know why. I've seen their channel. They believe that the end goal for men isn't to have a loving wife and children to come home to and provide for and connect with. It is their end. I don't know what their end goal is. It seems like their end goal is like to be in their 60s going to the strip club or having some hookers. I don't know what their end goal is because that's what it seems like. Get a vasectomy until your 50s. That way you can have all the pleasure you want in your 20s, 30s, and 40s. What are you about to do at 50 reversing a vasectomy? Do y'all remember that? Didn't Rollo come on there and they were all talking about, yeah, we encourage young men to get vasectomies. You can just reverse it when you're done. All right, let me know how 30 years down the line reversing that vasectomy goes when you're ready to start a family in your 50s. Speaking of starting a family in your 50s, we keep getting sidetracked, but this is important. Where is this man on TikTok talking about he's 70 and ready to find love? I'm ready to settle down now. I don't need no talk back. I'm 70 and I'm ready for love. I'm 70 and ready to fall in love again. Part 2. Not there's a part 1. Hold up. Hold up. The first comment says, bruh, don't be listening to these women on here. I'm 60, was married for 30 years, and I want to love someone again. Oh, no. Oh, this is 10 minutes long. No, thank you. Let me find something short. Let me find the original. That's what we should watch. I'm looking for a good woman, not just any woman. I'm looking for real love. I'm searching for a... So stop being negative, but always be true to yourself. Why are all his videos 10 minutes long? I'm not about this. This is why I don't like old people. Can we talk about ageism real quick? Can we talk about ageism? Here. What do you guys think? Do you think he's going to find real love? The shave makes him look younger. He's looking for a woman who is at least 55. I can't find the original, unfortunately. Oh, this might be it.
Hey, Baltimore. TikTok, how you doing? It's your boy James Jones again. I'm sitting out here in the hall and just trying to direct people in, see if they want clothing or some food. But anyway, I'm reading some of the comments that you guys are making, but let me assure you that I'm in no wise looking for someone to take care of me. I'm not looking for someone to find a home. I have all that I need. What's going on, my man? All right, go ahead on up. So, you know, as far as my finances are concerned, I'm secure. So, for you guys making those comments, you don't know me, and you have no idea who I am. But anyway, if you're gonna make a comment, make it a positive one. This is a beautiful day.
Well, he said make a positive comment, and my mom said if I don't have anything. Anyway, so this is James Hugh Jones. I just wanted to make you ladies aware. He is 70 and proud of it. He says, and I still look good for my age. And he says he's definitely not looking for some woman to take care of him. That is not what he's looking for. And he definitely didn't just go out here and mistreat women all his life. And then now he's old and lonely and wants a girl. He says that is definitely not what happened. So I just wanted to make you guys aware. He is out here and single. I'm now 70 looking to fall in love again. I was a chaplain in Southwest District. Aw, look at him. Are y'all going to turn this man down? Just look at him. Aw. I'm not going to lie. I feel like old people are cute generally. Not this man specifically. I feel like old people are cute. Like if I'm in traffic and I'm behind a slow driver and I want to beat my horn and yell and road rage and I pull up beside the driver so I can flip them off and it's like an old lady, I'm gonna be like, oh, an old sweet lady. She's just taking her time on the highway. Oh, I have a soft spot for old people. I don't have a soft spot for parents, as y'all know. Grandparents, though, we could talk about it. We could talk about it. But let's see. No, that's not the one I want. I want one more, just one more.
Hey, good evening, TikTok.
What a shame, poor thing. You're holding on to that table because you can barely stand up. Just to let you know, I am a CNA and also pass med. So if you're looking for a caretaker, I'm that person for you. Because you're just playing games.
Oh, she says he's playing games.
So I stumbled across.
Okay, I really need a good one. I just wanted to read some of the captions on his videos because I remember this being like really wild when I first discovered it. Okay, I really need a good woman in my life. I don't need lectures, but reality. I just turned 70, so I'm ready. This is the one I remember. This is the one I was waiting to find. And who is this? This is life coach Shonda. I've seen her on TikTok before. Should we let her talk? It's a minute long. I just wanted to read this caption. I just wanted to read this caption so I can understand better. What is it about men fresh as age that make them want to go after like 20-something-year-olds? He's young and ready. Yep. He got 2 strokes. I don't know if you mean stroke sexually or like health wise, which is why it's funny to me because both are funny. He got 2 strokes left in him. Oh, he's ignoring the women in his comments that are his age. Huh? Let me find out. Let's see what's going on. Then we can get back to Walter.
So I stumbled across this post on TikTok and it says, okay, I really need a good woman in my life. I don't need lectures, but reality. I just turned 70, so I'm ready. Is that right? So I thought, why not say to men what they usually say to women as they're growing older and they haven't found a partner? Have you considered getting a pet? Do you have a cat? Do you have a dog? Are you prepared to alone? You want the sympathy and the empathy, and you want women to fall at your feet because you're finally ready at 70 years old. Y'all have no sympathy for women when women are in their 40s or in their 30s and they're saying they don't have anybody. Then you're like, that's what you get. Get your pet now. This man waited almost his entire life. I'm sure you must have stepped over quite a few good women. Isn't that what y'all tell women when they're single? I'm looking for the sympathy, but I'm fresh out. I'm not sure if he's looking for love, but he might be looking for a caretaker. You're 70 years old. Your body's probably starting to break down, starting to deteriorate. You need somebody to take care of you. Somebody to make sure you take your meds. Somebody to take you back and forth to doctor's appointments. Now you're finally ready to give a woman a chance that you probably could have gave a chance 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. You probably could have been had somebody. I don't think it's that he doesn't want to run the streets anymore. I think he's just too tired to.
Ouch. That hurt me and I ain't even him. Ooh. Ooh. Somebody, I'm 65 and I don't want him either. Oh, somebody say he's afraid of dying alone. He's absolutely looking for a caretaker. You forgot the famous, what are you bringing to the table? Let's go back to him one more time so we can see what he's bringing to the table. I can't let my man go out like that. I'm not about to let y'all drag this man, this handsome man. Can we pull it? Where was that picture at? Oh, it has copyright music. So y'all going, I ain't fresh. I ain't fresh. I hope y'all know what I'm talking about. Where's that other picture?
It's your boy James Jones.
I mean, look, I actually like the fit in this. I think the turtleneck looks nice. It looks low quality. I don't know what it's made out of. It looks like a turtleneck jacket. Or am I tripping? You should have just went black with the turtleneck. I don't know if this is gray or whatever this is, but it is a little lighter than the pants. If he had did all black with the shoes and the little bit of gold as an accent, and stop putting this beanie on everything. Does he have this beanie on in every single? Nope, not all of them. Not all of them. Actually, maybe half. Half of them he has the beanie on. Oh, here it is. This is the one I was looking for. This is him in 2009. Why does he look older? Am I tripping? Am I tripping? All I'm saying is I'm not about to let y'all drag this man. We're only going to use the pictures that I think are the most beautiful. I'm not about to let y'all. He ain't fresh. He ain't fresh. Why he put 15 of the same? This is why old people are cute to me. But why you put 15 pictures of the same? No, because if you go on people, let's say above 47, people on Facebook above 47, go to their profile picture. They didn't post the same profile picture like 7 times in a row. They got the same profile picture 7 times in a row. I don't know what it is about this that makes people over 47 do this. I have no idea. But yeah, this man is single and looking. So now this does kind of help me understand Fresh now. Since he's 51 and he's talking to this 21-year-old girl. This is, let's see what she says. I was ready to have a baby with him and build a family. Oh no, I forgot the first part. The famous, therefore I'm not on, excuse me. He made everything so real that he is serious with me. Therefore I'm not on both control. And we had sexual behavior without protection. I was ready to have a baby with him and build a family. He asked me many times, what if you get pregnant? My answer towards him was always, yes, I want to keep the baby. I don't mind having a baby with you. Ew. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, love wins. Love wins. I'm sorry. Live, laugh, love. If you want to, yeah. Live, laugh, love. Who am I? And you know what it is? I'm single and bitter. Who am I as a single man to sit here and tell this woman that she don't have a catch? Let me read that text again. What did she say? Let me see. Yes, I want to keep the baby. I don't mind have a baby with you. I don't mind have a baby with you. Who am I? Who am I to judge who she chooses? That anyway, I hope it's the money. I really hope it's the money. I would be upset if she said that she's not doing this for money. I would be upset. I would be absolutely upset. If you tell me I fell in love with Walter, he's an amazing man. He introduced me to his family and he's so handsome and sexy. If you tell me what I just said, I'm not going to believe you. Please say it's for the money or I am going to look down on you. I will. Absolutely. I will absolutely look down on you if you say you're genuinely with this man. Let's continue. He's like, oh my God, our kid's gonna look like them. They are so cute. Why can't we see the picture of who the kid's gonna look like? Is this it? Is this who the kid's gonna look like? Is this his family? They are so cute. He said, LOL, I knew you were typing me this. Blasian. So cool. He's into fetishizing Blasian children. I don't know why black people do this. Black people. I don't know why black men do this. We're going to have Blasians. They're going to have good hair. Anyway, it only made it more pixelated when I zoomed in. I don't know who these people are or how they're related to. Yeah, no, I don't know who these people are, but they say these are what their children going to look like. This appears to be fresh. Let me make sure. I feel like I recognize that face anywhere. What do you guys think? Anywho. So yeah, they're talking all about how their future children going to look. He doesn't seem to be saying, we're not going to have no future children. What are you talking about? That's what he said. But that's not here, not in these documents. So to continue. On March 12th, we traveled back to Miami together. At first, everything was fine. I stayed in his apartment. We had mutual understanding. He is not a monogamous person. Let's pause. No, let's continue. He is not a monogamous person, that me and him both needs our own space. So I suggested him to help me rent an apartment. He said, I want you to have the things you want as you understand me. Because she said January. Was it January? Let me see. She said January is when she fell in love. January 8th is when she fell in love. What is it about non-monogamous person that makes you... Did you find out about the non-monogamy later? Did you find out about it later? Like, I'm in love, and then he's like, oh, by the way, I'm not monogamous. Or was this like from the jump? Was this from the jump? Anyway, we had a mutual understanding. He's not a monogamous person. And we both need our own space. So I suggested him to help me rent an apartment. He said, I want you to have the things you want as you understand me. I want you to have the things you want as you understand me. As you understand me. Okay. You understand me. You get me. You get me, Daisy. You're not like those other girls. You actually get me. So yeah, I want you to have your own apartment. I feel like that's what was being communicated here. 10 days later, a morning after we had lunch with his sister, he broke his promises. All right, he didn't pay. Oh, I promise I'm going to pay your rent because you get me. 10 days later. Nope. We had lunch with his sister. He broke his promises. Not in, and look, can I just point out this woman and Walter having lunch with the sister, go to Barbados, his home country, to meet his extended family, meeting his parents, his mom and dad, everybody. That's crazy. That is crazy. You got to pass a certain threshold to meet my parents. A certain threshold. I'm not about to bring anybody in my parents' home. Let me see. I think two people have met my parents. Two. Ever. One we went out to dinner with and one we went to church. Two people ever. This man is, anyway. I'm just saying, I feel like this is a big deal. I feel like this is a big deal. And so I understand why she would be like, oh yeah, this man is definitely loves me, because why else would he be? We're going to Barbados together and meeting. This is crazy. How are you? What are you talking about? We ain't nothing. Whatever insinuated that I wanted to have a baby with you. What are you talking about? This is a whole gaslight. Or am I tripping? Is it me? It might be me. Why would you? I just don't understand. I just don't understand, based on what I'm reading, why the response after, oh, I'm pregnant, why would you ever think I care about you, or that I'm being faithful to you or loyal to you or love you at all? What did I ever do to insinuate this? I don't know what it is, but I do remember talking about red pill dating strategy. Let me see if I can find that. Because when red pill people, okay, my belief is that pickup Pickup artists, which I guess evolved into red pill and manosphere people, pickup artists who teach men how to pick up girls is all 100% manipulation. 100% manipulation. In my opinion, all you should say is, I would like to have sex with this person, and you should communicate that to them. If you're only interested in that type of relationship with them, you should communicate that to them. There are no additional steps that you need. The additional steps that pickup artists and red pill people teach is how to manipulate women who would not have sex with you otherwise into having sex with you. The tactics that I have seen are basically just being disingenuous about your intentions long enough to have sex. That's all I've ever seen from pickup artistry, red pill, and all that. Oh no, don't tell her you want to have sex. You got to play the game. You got to take her out to dinner and make sure you don't like say the wrong thing. Like, it feels like you are just having an ulterior motive and you're trying to lie to somebody until you have sex with them. That's what it feels like. So this does seem on brand for red pill ideology and pickup artistry and all the stuff that I see them teach over there. 10 days later, we had lunch. After we had lunch with his sister, he broke his promises. That how he told me he loves me and wants to see it in a long term. He wants to plan a future with me. Instead of renting an apartment, better buy a new house, which I think he is completely lying and making excuse about it. Oh, baby, you know, I said I was going to get you this rent for your apartment. Nah, no. Instead, you know, it would be better for me to just get us a house to live in. If you just give me 6 months to close on this house. Anyway, how much y'all want to guess in them 6 months? Ain't nothing gonna happen. And then he's gonna kick it down the line a little more. Oh, that's what breadcrumbing. That's what it's called. Breadcrumbing. I completely forgot. It's like he shows her a little bit of love and promises to do bigger stuff for her. But he only does a little bit. But he promises. He promises. That's not. Is that breadcrumbing? I don't think that's breadcrumbing. I think this is breadcrumbing. Because he is giving her stuff. He ain't giving her a lot. Well, he's giving her a lot, in my opinion. Like, dinner with your parents is like. But anyway, he's not giving a lot, but he's giving something to her. Maybe affirmation, either like, I love you and you're so sweet and you're so great, right? He's giving her something in promising that he's going to do more in the future. So yeah, I would call it breadcrumbing. So he lied about the apartment and said, oh, but I'll buy us a house, it looks like. He used to be, hurted me, and he was a cheater, a huge gamer. I only found out this later and started to take his haters' words. When people told me negative things about him in the beginning, I always stood by his side and supported him and believed in him. I choose to believe in my partner instead of audience. Ew. I'm sorry. They're ill. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's a lot of ick in this. There's a lot of ick. I'm not gonna lie. I always stood by his side and supported him and believed in him when people told me negative things about him in the beginning. I wonder what the negative things they said were. He's a piece of that guy's trash. Oh, I had the guy on the other screen and I clicked on the screen by accident and I saw that his mom passed away. That makes me sad. I don't want to make fun of him anymore. Anyway, jump scare. I choose to believe in my partner instead of audience. The truth is he pretended to be a high value man. Anybody who's saying high value man is pretending. In case you guys wanted a cheat sheet. I ain't never heard Russell Wilson. Anyway. Never heard these words uttered out of the mouth of anybody. Really, go and talk to some doctors and lawyers and ask them if they're a high value man, and watch if their face don't scrunch up. What is that? A high what? The truth is, he pretended to be a high value man to date girls, then ditch them. What? Walter Weeks, the Fresh, pretended to what? You're kidding me. No, let me read that again. The truth is, he pretended to be a high value man to date girls, then ditch. What? No, this can't be. This can't. The Walter Weeks, Fresh Prince CEO, had to lie into someone's pants. I can't believe this. I can't believe you won't convince me. Not this man. Not this man on the screen right here. You really want me to believe that this man had to lie to get into a woman's pants? I don't believe it. I can't and won't believe it. This woman is clearly lying. Why would this man have to lie to get into a woman's pants? Just look at him. Look. Look. Open your eyes and look. I know your eyes are closed. Come back to this page. Stop clicking off. I know some of y'all have YouTube Premium, as you guys told me on one of our last live streams, because y'all think y'all are more bougie than some people who don't have it. So, go ahead and put the YouTube back on the screen. I know you premium users can watch it without it being on the screen. So go ahead and put it back on the screen and look. Excuse me, trigger warning, jump scare warning. And you're trying to tell me this man had to lie about being a CEO? Y'all don't hear me. Hold up. Let me pull this video up. Let me pull this video up because y'all not listening to me. Y'all are not listening to me. Because this is actually really important. Y'all think this man is a liar. Then I want y'all to explain this real quick. I want y'all to explain this if he's a liar. You gonna tell me this man has to lie to get in a woman's pants? Let's look at him real quick.
So you know what your boy Fresh Prince CEO back in the day was a huge simp, like Simposaurus Rex. A simp guy, simply put, is a guy who gives free attention to a woman or women.
Oh my God, I can barely find clips of Fresh talking without his conjoined twin taking over. This is so crazy.
/ validation and or money or resources without getting anything in return sexually. But they continue to siphon off as much resources, time, and attention.
Customer every single time.
Oh, I'm looking at YouTube show. I don't know if you guys can see this, but YouTube shows when the video is like increased viewers and what they're interested in and where it peaks and what's the most replayed, like right here, and where people are interested in and what they aren't. And when Myron's talking, the people are listening, but when Fresh starts talking, it actually dips down to nearly non-existent and then comes back up when Myron starts talking again. That's very sad. So nobody wants to listen to Fresh. Oh, I paused on the right screen. Let me get a screenshot of this. There. Let me show y'all my screenshot real quick. This was very important. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. So, again, I refuse to believe this man has to lie his way into some pants. Let's see.
There's no in the middle interaction. And what's happening here is that now you become a customer, and now there's no emotional attraction. There's no emotional tug, and you are now in a customer frame. And the customer frame says basically, you pay for a service, you get a product, it ends there.
Relying on,
like, listen to the confidence that he speaks with. Listen to the alpha in his voice. And you're going to tell me this man has to lie to get a girl. Let me see. Is he talking here?
Imagine this, right? You're on a date. You're paying for everything. But guess what? You're not seeing that she doesn't see you as a viable sexual option because guess what? At this point, she sees you as, you know what? He's a cool guy, but he's not what I really want. But I'm gonna finesse him because guess what? He thinks I'm gonna smash.
Oh, y'all think he can barely form a sense? Okay, I'm starting to see it. Maybe she's right. Maybe he does have to like lie and misrepresent himself to. I don't know. Does he sound confident and like cool and charming to y'all?
I'm not gonna smash. So guys, you're seen as a beta male because guess what? You can't read the signs that she isn't really into you, and as a result, she's gonna finesse the crap out of you because.
Why would they put that there? Let me watch that again.
You can't read the signs that she isn't really into you, and as a result, she's gonna finesse the crap out of you because you're easy mark.
Oh, I can't. I'm sorry. I cringe. I'm sorry. That was hard. Let me see. Where is it peaking at? What is he doing?
She doesn't know where yet, but like I got her. So, you know the saying, the Allstate saying, "You're good hands with Allstate." All right, never mind. You know where I was going. That are you paying for the milk?
Man, this guy is hard to watch. I've never actually watched Fresh in any length. This is difficult to get through. I'm not gonna lie. Is this how he exists? Like regularly? That's crazy. That's crazy. Let me see what he's talking about.
Listen, I'm so honored. So okay, I gotta know. How was the BBC?
You have to say that you're white.
What?
I can't even hear what he's saying.
So I feel like we didn't have to come all this way for facial stuff. Like we could have just done that at home.
What? I've never seen a side profile. Hold up, I got a screenshot of that too.
So I feel like we didn't have to come all this way for facial stuff. Like we could have just done that at home.
I've never actually seen his head from the side. Let me get a screenshot. It's very important. I'm sorry, guys. I'm doing this for my sanity because she said that he was lying about who he was to get in her pants. But I don't know. It's just hard for me to believe that someone so confident and well-spoken like Fresh, who has so much going for him, would have to lie. Like, look at how comfortable this girl looks on a date with him.
So okay, I gotta know. How was the BBC?
You have to say that
Oh my god, like they're so talkative and they're just like really want to be there. I don't know if I can play this on my stream. I don't know what they're doing in the Incurable club. Okay.
She's doing this for me, so I appreciate her for that.
Do I know you?
I don't know you.
I'm sorry, I cringed.
The truth. Honestly, she did for a girl. Easy out here. Just hop in where you fit in and get it.
Honestly, she didn't want to do this live stream. She's doing this for me, so I appreciate her for that.
Do I know you?
I don't know you. Given the truth.
Hey, buddy. You only paid enough for 30 minutes and you didn't pay for any cam time. Come on, Fresh.
Okay.
Like beginning to end.
So
How we met. The honest truth. No cap.
with no cap, we met on Seeking. Oh my god.
Oh, was this when that controversy about him being on the Sugar Baby website came out? The Sugar Daddy website where people are looking for old men to get a lick off of. Anyway, let's go back to the matter at hand. The truth is he pretended to be a high-value man to date girls, then ditch them. I know I kind of didn't believe this line at first, but now I kind of believe it. Now that we've seen some footage, I kind of believe it. The reason why I'm exposing this is because as a woman, I want to stand out for other women. Out for other women. I don't want any other girls ended up like me. Aww. Okay. Oops. In a strange country all alone, if I don't expose this, Why does the page keep jumping? If I don't expose this, he will continue doing that to other naive girls. There will be more women get hurt. After a few days, he asked me to move out. He stopped coming home. After a few days, he asked me to move out. Oh, I'm sorry, but if you're dating Fresh, if you're dating Walter, I don't understand what people like. Do people know him? Like, do they know about his show on Fresh and Fit that he takes part in? He sits there, doesn't really add much, but like, do people actually know him and like what he does and is about before they date him? Or are they like, because she's from China, I think. So is it just like this blindsided me, or like I don't understand what was expected? I don't understand what was expected with Walter Weeks. But she clearly expected more. After a few days, he asked me to move out. He stopped coming home. He disappeared for 3 nights without explanation. I called him. He never answered. When I did nothing wrong, when I was so genuine, I left my work behind in China to pursuing this relationship. So I moved out, booked the first flight to New York City. Hey, cool. That's where I am, guys. On March 30th, I had a pregnancy test. It's positive. Here's the what happened. Here's the what happened. That's about to be a Prince Petty channel catchphrase, by the way. Here's the what happened. All right, guys, we're about to get into the news story. Here's the what happened. Screenshotting it. Bam. Got it. Anyway. Why is he named Fresh in your phone? Why is he named Fresh in your phone? Now, I can't believe this is genuine. Why is Walter's name Fresh in your phone? You are not about to get me. Anyway. So, and then she sends the pregnancy test, which we already know. He said on the phone, there's no reason to meet and discuss further. He refused to have an adult conversation in person. He asked me to take pills and deal with it alone. Let's pause because we didn't address the fact that she gave up her work in China to come and be this man's girlfriend, basically, and live with him. That is... I hope she got something out of this, like something. Well, she did get something, which we're discussing today. Anyway. Because if this thing was on top of me, I can't imagine waking up with this thing on top of me. I would grab my firearm. It's a bear. I don't know. There's something wild in the house on top of me. No, I can't. I can't imagine what it must feel like. That's all I'm saying. So I have to believe she got something. It had to be something. Please, something. He said on the phone, there's no reason to meet and discuss further. He refused to have an adult conversation in person. He asked me to take pills and deal with it alone. He doesn't even want to show up and be a real man, to take the responsibility under his behave. He doesn't even want to show up and be a real man to take the responsibility under his behave. Why do I understand what she's saying, even though I don't understand the sentence? You know, I feel like if she had have just left out under his behave, it would have been good. But it's fine. Now I'm warning all girls, stay away from this man. He is dishonest and a liar. Now I ask you, please, stand by me and help me to expose him in order to protect more women. So she says she's doing this because she wants to help protect women. I have suffered many days before I decided to tell everyone what happened. I need to help other girls to know his true color. And ladies, please protect yourself. All right, let's see what he says. This is back earlier in the text messages. when she said, I hope you have all the money for your children's support. You finally admit that you are a effing trash. He says, I don't have money. Good luck. LOL. You will see. She says, nobody cares about your money. He says, good. Also, I know you don't want to raise a kid by yourself. This is so disgusting. I'm sorry. Maybe it's because I've seen this in person. I have seen men do this in person. Just know you're going to be raising it by yourself. If you don't, it's like such a coercive method to try to get someone to terminate their pregnancy. I believe it's like both panicking, manipulation. What can I say to make this lady go to Planned Parenthood right now? Well, just know you're going to be a single mom and I'm not going to help at all. And you're not going to get a dime out of me. I'm going to quit my job so that you can't get any money. And I'm going to just live in a shack. And that way I will do it. Like literally anything that they can say or do to smite a woman who's pregnant with their child, I feel like they will do. Like a fear tactic. Also, I know you don't want to raise a child by yourself. You need a man that's going to be there with you. We aren't even together. Forget the money part. It sounds like he's saying, if I have a child, I'm going to abandon my child. That's what it sounds like. She says, I want to keep the baby. I will raise it by myself, but you'll have to take the responsibility. I don't need a man. Especially, I don't need a man like you. Ooh. And look, I'm here for these two statements. I don't need man. Especially, I don't need a man like you. Can we, because the 4B movement is blowing up, can we get some slogans going on? I'm about to screenshot this too. I don't need man. Especially, I don't need a man like you. That's a whole slogan. Y'all are sleeping. Y'all are sleeping on this text message conversation. Sleep, but not on me. Anyway, why you want a kid with someone like me makes no sense, but okay. A fair question. Fair question. I am not here to drag Fresh. I am here to look at the facts objectively and drag whoever needs to be dragged. And there is absolutely no reason for me to drag Walter when he says, why you want a kid with someone like me makes no sense. Absolutely no reason to drag him for saying that. Absolutely true. There is a reason to drag because he's weaponizing this to coerce her into abortion. But that statement, absolutely true. With me, this man here on the screen. For those of you listening, this is now an interactive thing. You can actually come to your screen and participate with the video that I'm putting on the screen now. Anywho, she said, because I'm not a killer, I'm not a killer, Bella. Wait, no, it is I'm a killer, Bella. This is the skin of a killer, Bella. Because I'm not a killer, and when I was with you, I loved you. Because I only realized now I was with a wrong person and you lied to me. Does this make sense? I thought you are smart. Say less. Did you really think he was smart? Be honest. What made you think he was smart? Maybe it's the language barrier. So she ain't know like what the words actually coming out his mouth were necessarily. Like I can understand Spanish, but not well, and especially not when people talk fast. I catch like every third word. So maybe she was not fully understanding the words coming out of his mouth is what I'm trying to say. Because she said, I thought you were smart. I don't know where that thought came from. I have no idea where it originated from. Even the people on Fresh and Fit. Hold up. Can we go back to this video real quick? Because the people on Fresh and Fit's video that they made last night where they came out to address the allegations and slam this woman, their comments are turning against them. Ain't nobody on Fresh and Fit like Fresh. I've never seen a person on Fresh and Fit like Fresh ever in my life. Even when their channel was popular, I have never seen anyone at all like Fresh. or think he's smart or contributes anything to any conversation. Maybe she was like, oh, he's silent and mysterious all the time, and the loudest person in the room is usually the dumbest, usually the quietest one. I don't know. I'm trying to understand where. Let's see what Fresh's comments think of his intelligence. This is on their video last night where they addressed the pregnancy allegations. What are they saying? Imagine busting in escorts and wondering why they claim pregnancy. I don't know if she's an escort or not. No matter what, for Fresh to put himself in that position is embarrassing, especially when his podcast is supposed to teach men to avoid this. Even if she's lying or not, it's a big L for Fresh. LOL, these dudes talk about feminine, fit, friendly woman being the ideal, and look at the type of woman they're dealing with behind the scenes. Take the L, Walter Fresh. Too much money to be raw dogging and busting in a 304. Preach about accountability, yet refuse. It don't. What I'm saying is his own audience don't think he's smart, and it's not just today. Go and look at all of their videos for the past 13 years and catch the one. Go and catch me any comment, one comment, I'll give you a prize, where someone is talking about how smart Walter is, and they're not being sarcastic. Go and find me one. I'm just trying to understand why she's saying, I thought you were smart. Say less. He said, I didn't lie to you. It's not about being a killer. It's about doing what's best for us and also a child. So let me say something. If someone believes that abortion is murder, and you say it's not about being a killer, it's about doing what's best for us and also a child, you are effectively saying to this person who believes that a fetus is a child, that what is best for the child is to kill the child. I don't think this is an argument for you to give to a woman who's apparently pro-life. So I'm just putting that out there. That doesn't make sense as far as talking to a woman who thinks that this is murder. So it would be selfish to bring this kid into a world without fully committed parents. Then commit to your child, sir. That's crazy. You're trying to convince a woman to kill instead of just... Anyway, it would be selfish to bring a kid into this world without fully committed parents. Neither of us are ready to deal with something like this. She said, it's selfish to make me pregnant and left me and lie to me. Ouch. How is someone dragging you in your language? That's their second language. And you're the one getting dragged. Mr. I thought you were smart. It's selfish to make me pregnant and left me and lie to me. I'm not selfish. You are. You should worry about the other 4 girls you effed with now. Learn from your lesson because I learned mine from you. Ouch. Ouch. That hurts. Ooh. I don't know if he's going to recover from this. That's the end of the messages. What did we learn today? What did we learn today? Ain't she feminine, fit, friendly? I thought so. I thought that's why they were going overseas. To escape these Western women who don't wear any clothes. Let me pull up her pictures. So we can go and see these feminine, fit, feminine, friendly women they're talking about. So let me just share this tab and make it big. I'm just trying to see some pictures of her because they talk about they don't like these half naked women in America going outside with barely anything on, trying to get male attention, also entitled and want money. They want these feminine girls from overseas who don't do such things. Look at her conservatively dressed self. Very modest dressing. This is just so much different than what you might see here in the United States. Or as Fresh said to her, she's not like the other girls. Anywho, this don't make sense.
Sorry, I got confused.
Nobody said Alexa. Who said Alexa? Who? Anyway, I don't know if y'all heard that in the background or not. It's selfish. It would be selfish to bring a kid into this world without fully committed parents. Neither of us are ready to deal with something like this. You should have thought of that, sir, when you were having relations with someone without protection multiple times over several months. Maybe you should have thought about that. Interesting that these thoughts are coming out now that she's pregnant. Interesting. Interesting. You're trying to push these thoughts on her. Interesting. That's the end of the text messages, guys. I have cannibalized your time for 2 hours. I will put the link in the chat in case anyone wanted to contribute to this conversation. I know some of you guys were defending Fresh down in the comments. I'm not sure if you guys have changed your mind since we started the video. Hopefully you have, but you are welcome to voice your opinion. This is a safe space where your opinion will be valued. How do I pin the thing? Oh no, we didn't do any polls this video. This is like my first live stream in a while where we don't do a poll. Okay, let's see. Let's do a poll. Who was wrong? That's a simple question. That's a simple question. But I'm gonna put 4 answers for y'all. There, the poll's in the chat. Be sure to vote in the poll so I can see. Let me do a gauge. Let's check some stuff. Let's check some stuff real quick. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Some mixed answers. Hey, hold up. Who voted neither? Who voted neither? Come up. I just want to talk. I promise. I just want to talk. Come outside. We're not going to jump you. Indica, you were saying you were on Fresh's side and you actually think she was being predatory towards him. Can you tell me a little bit more about your thoughts?
Oh gosh, there's a lot of predatory behavior going on in this. But is he fresh or fit?
Neither. He's Walter Fresh.
Oh, his
Fresh
name is
Prince
Walter.
CEO.
Like Walter of all names. I mean, not shout out to any Walters. I'm sorry that you named that, but yeah. Both of them are wrong. I voted both, though. Not even gonna lie, because she looked at him in the face and said, I still want him to have sex with me unprotected. And that's not okay.
Why? What's wrong with his face?
I mean,
what's wrong with it specifically? Because the thing is, I can't put a specific on it. I don't know what it is exactly. I don't know what it is specifically. Maybe is it the beard? Does he need to shave? Or like, what is it?
I don't know. The lineup is not the greatest either for somebody to have so much money. But like,
oof.
I don't know.
Do you think he should go bald?
I
feel like he might look better bald. And maybe lose the earring. Stop trying to be young. You're 51. It's okay. You can let the hair go. You can let the earrings go. And try and work on your beard. There's this strawberry mint growth oil that this dude's talking about on TikTok. So I don't know. Or go to Turkey and pull some hair from the back of your head where it's thick and put it on your chin.
Yeah.
Just to get the edges growing in. Right. And I say this as someone without a beard. Without a beard to my name.
It's okay. They're not as exciting as you think they are when you have one. But Yeah, he makes me think of a character, but I can't think of what it is. Like kind of like a turtle. Like like when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles take their masks off. Don't nobody know what
I'm about to Google.
You know when like like when they like if a Teenage Mutant
Oh
Ninja
my goodness. I didn't know that they ever took their mask off. Ever. Oh my goodness. You really think dude? Jesus. I could have gone my whole life without seeing that.
I mean,
It's just a mask. Let me see if I can
take your mask. Okay. Sorry.
No, please continue. I'm sorry.
But he made me really think about how and I'm in my living room space, so I might have an echo. Apologies. I don't have much furniture. But like dudes, I'm trying to think of how to say this. Like they want to pay for they want to be treated like they are worth more than just having to pay for sex. So they lie and manipulate women, like to make them think that they're somebody worth caring about. Does that make I'm trying to think of how I want to because like they get offended when they have to pay for sex, because they want to be like, oh, you only want me because I have money. Like 50 Cent made a whole song about it. Jay-Z made a whole song about it. Like, why won't women have sex with me? Because I'm so ugly, but they will have sex with me when I have money. That's what he makes me think about.
I agree. I have seen him before. He is on the screen as well. That's kind of what he gives as an appearance. But also we did look at some footage of him today, and I guess he was flirting, maybe, or I don't know what you would call it, but he was trying something with a girl, and it wasn't giving he's charming or anything like that. So I believe he would absolutely put on a face and try to get some whirlies by pretending to be someone who he's not. Thank you, Juice to Moth. Mango juice. Hold up. Pineapple juice. Taco.
Those took black men out the home. Oh my goodness. Yes.
I don't know what that means, but only a bag could help that face look better. Aw. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Come on. He's dealing with a lot right now. He's about to be a father, probably gonna be on child support.
And speaking of that, though, the thing that tickled me about her text messages is like she really had selective understanding of English.
Yeah, she has very good understanding. All jokes aside, I think bilingual people, even when they speak like a little broken.
I said selective. I said selective because one minute she's like, I don't understand you. Child support, baby.
Oh, so you're saying she's like, I don't understand what you mean. You going to know what mean. Anyway, the child support legislation supports that I shall be granted to a certain percentage of your income. Okay, that's what you're saying.
Yes.
Like, I don't know what's going on. Oh my God. So my legal advisor has informed me that I am entitled to compensation for this. Not only can I sue you for hardship, but I am granted at least 25% in the state of Florida and I've looked up the international law to make sure that this does apply to people who are not citizens of the United States. So you will not be able to escape your responsibility, sir. Got it.
Yeah. That part. I was like, wait a minute.
Scholar.
You know, because I can say donde está el baño, but I'm not about to give you a whole.
I can say, not donde está. What is it? Entiendo un poco de español. And then say something, and I'm gonna say un poco.
Un poco. Yep.
Now I need to look up how to say not that much. That would be better. Whoa, not that much, buddy.
You said like nunca más, un poco más. I know how to say not that much. Just give me a little bit.
Not that.
Un poco más.
Grammar check. Hold up. Okay. With that being said, With that being said,
please take the turtle off the screen though, because it's making my stomach hurt.
yeah, I'll put them both up.
Oh.
That's better. We can split it. You know what I mean? Down the middle. I'm going to play my outro and then we can have a brief after show.
Okay.
You guys know what time it is, right?
Meantime, time for them. Oh, is it?
Oh, I completely forgot. Do you guys know what today is? If anyone can guess it in the comments, I guarantee no one's going to guess what I'm about to say at all. But if anyone can guess it in the comments, I will literally give you $100 on Cash App or something. I always put the or something in there so I could send like $5 instead. I said or something.
Pantalones. I'll say sorry.
2% of y'all said neither did anything wrong, and I'm all right. They didn't come up to explain, but it's fine.
Okay, Kiara.
Kiara, that is. I know that's not what it is, but I haven't heard that in so long. I meant to bag over the face, not money. LOL. Let me see. Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying. That's exactly what I thought you were saying. Who's texting?
That's me.
Yeah, who's texting?
Oh, coworkers.
Are you at work?
I'm just ignoring it.
Why are they texting you at what time is it where you are?
It is 8:26 because we're sending memes to each other because that's how we cope.
Sending memes?
Yeah.
Who are your coworkers? Do any of them have relationships with other coworkers in the office that are inappropriate?
You know what? I can't say, but I'm wondering about some people. Not even gonna lie. But my other job is.
Why are you wondering about them? Are they doing something to make you wonder, or like, what do you mean?
Oh, absolutely. Well, like there's this one dude, but he's like married, but he's but he's the hottest guy there also. And the way that he interacts with one lady, and when I say hot, I mean like teddy bear, play with your kids, tuck your children in bed, chop wood.
So like dad hot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but like the way he interacts with another lady there, I'll be like, because I can think you're pretty, and just going about my business. But the way that he interacts with other women, I'm like, it's a little too friendly. What do you mean?
So he's dad hot, not
hot.
Physically attractive, or is he just like
No, both. He's like physically attractive, like tuck me in and tuck the kids in, but tuck me in after you tuck the kids in. Like he could chop wood and like read the kids a bedtime story. That yes. But he's a white guy with a beard, but he's big and burly and yeah.
It's crazy how women describe men they find attractive, specifically.
Yes, he's a kid.
People over 35. Are you over 35?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. Because the way I read this this novel, this literature that a woman wrote about some stuff, and the way that y'all describe men who y'all find attractive don't have anything to do with anything physical I've ever seen, ever. Because chopping wood in the split it in half, and I wished I was the wood. I don't know. I've seen y'all look at some interesting, describe interesting words.
There is a TikTok guy that chops wood too, just to let you know.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yep.
I know. Let's put him on screen.
Please do.
So you're saying this man, he has a wife, but he's talking to one of them.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't know that yet, but like women be knowing things. Like I'm like, you're looking at them, like if those exchanges of the eyeballs and stuff, they be doing too much. But no, yeah, I watch it.
Is this the gentleman you're talking about?
Yep.
No.
Yes. Yeah.
There's just multiple.
No, that's just him. It's him. And he chops the wood and he talks to it and he tells you how nice and pretty the wood is.
Got it.
Yeah.
This is some real good wood.
Yeah.
You ladies know what I'm gonna do with this wood. I'm gonna chop this wood. You want to see me chop this wood, ladies?
Yeah. But you know what? To me, in my opinion, like first off, one of my favorite women comedic jokes was like how male strippers are always like a guy with a job. He's a fireman, a police officer, yeah. But
so this man is talking to, we're off topic. This man is talking to some people in the workplace, and you say you feel like it's a little bit flirty.
Mhm.
When you say flirty, what are some of the things he might say?
Oh, they don't like. Okay, no, I don't want to say I've been around enough whores to know, but like, I know, right? It does feel like you shouldn't be watching it. Makes you feel all lovely, but like if I said, "Hey, Petty, did you make those copies for me?" You know, and then your response is still businesslike, but it's still not businesslike, if that makes sense. I don't know how to stop it from dinging.
I don't know.
Oh, like, I don't know.
No,
Like,
I don't understand at all.
Well,
so he comes in and he's like, Indica, did you get those copies?
You know I did.
Those copies.
What's your burly man voice?
What do you mean, did you get those copies? I mean, did you get those copies? You know what I mean.
Yes. There's ways people talk business without talking business. I know I don't know how to change the notifications because I'm over 33. So that they're just gonna be loud. I don't know how to change that.
We're gonna do it on that desk. But there's so much stuff. I'm gonna shove it off.
Oh my gosh, speaking of doing things on desk, do you know if you ever go to a parent-teacher conference, don't touch the teacher's desk because people be just banging on them things and it is gross.
At the parent-teacher conference?
No. I just said people be banging on them things during the day.
The teachers?
Yes.
Mrs. Gladwell?
Absolutely. Glad and well. You hear me? Okay. Yes. Okay.
So he's speaking to coworkers with a low. Is he speaking to you with a low sultry voice as well?
No.
Why was that no so sad?
Because when I say he's okay, see, I know how to like people without like overly sexual, like I would just like I enjoy looking at him. He's nice eye candy, but I would never like pursue anything with him because I don't do that stuff. Try not to cuss. But
I see. I also see we have 139 likes on the video, but there's 146 people watching. How come the 7 people didn't like?
Maybe they're just listening and they're not near their thing to hit like.
Come back. I know Walter's not on the screen right now, by the way. I know some of you chose to leave the screen and just listen to it because I put but he's not here right now. Pinky promise.
Like, how did she even like, I don't know. How did she even get herself turned on to interact with him?
Quickly, the answer, by the way, earlier to the thing that I was asking y'all to guess was today is the day that I realized that I completely forgot all of Lip Gloss's videos. I forgot what she was talking about or why, which means I can rewatch them all and it'll be like it's brand new to me. None of you guessed that, unfortunately, so none of you won the prize, but maybe next time. Maybe next time. Also, I want to do a video on lip gloss because there's a conversation happening on TikTok right now, and this black woman was like, natural hair doesn't grow long. Black women can't grow naturally long hair, and everybody's responding to it. And there are a couple different responses that I think are important. Mostly people saying she's right. Black hair is difficult to deal with, and we all know this. And then other people are saying it's not difficult to deal with. We've just been conditioned to try to make it look a certain way. And then other people are saying, y'all want us to wear our natural hair out, but we are being penalized for this in public, and X, Y, and X, Y, and X, Y. So I think this is a conversation that Lip Gloss didn't start, but I think she had a very big impact on it. I don't think she started it because I'm pretty sure this conversation has been happening for probably decades. But I do think she popularized it when she talked about it. Y'all can disagree with that, by the way. I don't know the extent of how far her reach is. So so I wanted to talk about lip gloss and natural hair. So hopefully that video comes out soon. But y'all know how it is.
Yeah, that's a I don't know. It saddens me that we as Black women are still like treating each other funky based on our hair texture.
The response is it's not my conversation to have.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have it with Black men because I do have natural hair, and I am penalized. Excuse me, naturally kinky, coily hair, and I am penalized for that publicly, both online and in the workplace. I have been penalized with disciplinary action, specifically in the workplace. So it's a conversation I can have. I probably can't have it from the perspective of a Black woman, since there would probably be scrutiny, even more scrutiny, since women tend to be more appearance judged than men are. So I assume it's worse. But I can at least have a conversation that I can have, even though I'm not a part of it. But I was just saying I'm not in the conversation because it's not my conversation to have necessarily, but I have seen what I feel like is extremely hostile back and forth.
Sorry, old chairs. But the thing that gets me though is like dudes will never talk about an S curl, getting waves, 360 waves, you know, cutting their hair down low enough so that people won't see any form of gently relaxing their hair as well.
It feels like the conversation I see is very simplistic and hostile. I don't know why. It feels like people are pretending that natural hair is not masculinized, it's not dehumanized, is not adultified. So Black girls who wear their natural hair might be seen as older or more adult, which we've talked about adultification bias before. They might be perceived more negatively outside of office disciplinary action that you could face in the workplace, which could hurt your finances and your ability to live and earn an income. There are social penalties too. So I feel like the idea that you are a Black woman and you might wear a weave or a wig, and that means you hate yourself, is very simplistic, when some people just don't want to experience life with their natural hair outside due to outside factors. They don't want to experience being perceived negatively all the time. They don't want to experience being fired from their job because the Crown Act is actually not doing what it's supposed to. Yes, people are still being disciplined for having quote unquote unkempt hair at work for how it grows. Lip gloss. I'm pretty sure people were under Lip Gloss's videos when she made them, talking about, girl, we love your natural hair, but you need to do your edges. You need to lay your edges down. And
that part,
I don't know why people are pretending like that's not a part of the conversation, and why some Black girls don't wear their natural hair. And the idea that I'm seeing is Black women who wear weave just hate themselves and adhere to white standards because they want to be white or something. I don't know. It sounds simplistic, so I feel like we need to have a more meaningful conversation.
Because now, even in the natural hair, whatever you want to call spaces, there's talk about how the whole, like I said, not going to get too far in there because it's definitely a conversation for women to really have. But the whole curl pattern thing is such a big thing now, and making your curls pop and making sure your hair looks some type of, not 4C as possible type deal is going on. Like, it is even hard to find a hairstyle. And when I say like a hairstyle online that doesn't have edges and curl pattern popping and all that stuff, you can hardly find, and baby hairs, all of that. Like, it's hard to even find something that's not focused and emphasized on a curl pattern now for just a simple Black hairstyle.
Yep, you don't want the conversation, hey you, but I'm gonna have it. Sorry.
I got all the beeps.
Hello, sir. You are at the end of the live stream, but we have 30 seconds at least.
Oh no, I just came in. I was trying to figure out what the argument was for why black women wear wigs. Like, what was that? Is it like who fault is it that they're wearing wigs?
Well,
What?
do you believe in white supremacy?
As a fault, though. You know.
Yeah, I believe there's white supremacy, but I don't think that plays into women not rocking their natural hair.
Yeah, but if I get fired from my job for wearing my hair or I get disciplined, which I have been before, this impacts my income. And sure, I have the choice to be homeless, for example, or try to go find a company that lets me wear my hair, but that's far in between, far in between. There's also just a culture around black hair. There is a culture that negatively perceives black hair.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, not just in the white community, even in the black community.
Yeah. I almost say especially like I said, dudes is rocking waves. They're not letting their hair go natural either. They're making sure their fade is low enough to look like they got waves in their hair versus more kinky look.
Yeah, but if you're asking me, is someone physically forcing black women to like change their hair? No, not like no one is holding a gun to a black woman's head and forcing her to do her hair. If that's what you're asking.
No, I just think, in my honest opinion, I think there's a lot of ladies that wear weaves and like extensions and all that stuff. I think a lot of them are just lazy when it comes to doing their hair.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because I was about to say, like,
I thought he was a little weird, but I didn't want to prejudge. But no, I have no interest in the conversation further. That's crazy. If you come up and your takeaway is black women are lazy, that's wild. That's wild.
like, do you know? I just came from the hair store and I was looking at like all the things because I'm afraid to glue my face because I think I mess it up, and I'm like, do you know how much skill set this takes?
Vision Harry, thank you for the $5. Why are you trying to control our hair? Control industries, dominate economies. No, y'all already know. First of all, I don't like black men who are focused on black women's hair. I think we have better things to focus on in the community. So y'all know I am a big proponent of what's the word?
Dollar store.
Caring about your demographic and making sure your demographic is good. So while I don't think it's a problem for you to look at other demographics, I think you should very much be focused on yours first, if I'm being honest. And even if you are looking at black women or just looking at black people as a community and not specifically black men, there are bigger things to worry about in the community than hair.
Yeah.
Unless you're coming up here to tell us why black women should be allowed to wear their natural hair without penalties in public. Also, using a wig is not lazy. I don't know if y'all have ever put on a wig, but the way I'm looking at this, so there's this girl who made a bald cap on TikTok. Let me show y'all this because this is actually, people are calling this revolutionary. But this black woman made a bald cap, a reusable bald cap. And there was nothing about it that looked lazy to me, but we can see real quick.
Okay.
It's called the skin cap. This was the picture I saw. And this is apparently how it looks after it's applied. So this is what it looks like. And this is the final look. And this is a reusable bald cap.
Just about, I'm on.
And I want to see how she applies it real quick. Which one's the tutorial? That one has music, so I can't watch that one.
So I received a few comments and messages asking me exactly how to install the reusable bald cap. And I'm so excited to see that a lot of you are interested in the product, and I'm here to show you exactly how to install it.
So I like to start by cleaning my edges.
I want to pause and say the reason we're watching this, by the way, is because he said that he thinks black women aren't wearing their natural hair because they're lazy. But the only thing you need to do to wear your natural hair is to wake up. to wear a wig or a weave, you got to go and get some braids, and you got to hold up. Let me play. Let me
just to remove any residue, makeup, or dirt. And now I'm gonna just pull my hair back to ensure that it's slick. Put the cap on and make sure it fits my head correctly. You'll want to make sure that the cap is adjusted properly for a good install. So I'm just tucking it behind my ears to sit in the right place. Now I'm gonna just mark where I'm gonna cut the excess bald cap material just below my hairline. So I'll know exactly where I want to glue it down. So once I've finished marking the line, I like to cut the excess material using zigzag scissors because I think it actually makes the hairline look more realistic when it has a zigzag.
All right, let's speed this up. This bad boy is 3 minutes
Hey guys.
long.
So I received a few comments and messages.
I think it actually makes the hairline look more realistic when it has a zigzag shape. Your hairline generally doesn't actually go in a straight line, so I always prefer using the zigzag scissors, but you can choose what you like. So I'm going to put the cap back on and just make sure it's adjusted so I can see it's strapped at the back. I like to make it tight so I don't get any wrinkles in the front. Now I'm going to use this lace front glue to start marking below my hairline exactly where I want the bald cap material to sit. And I say below the hairline because you do not want to lose your edges, so whatever adhesive you're using, make sure it's below your hairline. I normally like to apply at least 2 to 3 layers of the glue, and once I see that it's melted and tacky, I gently pull down the bald cap material to sit on top of the glue, paying special attention to my ear tab area and the edges, just to make sure it doesn't wrinkle and it doesn't lift during the process. The best way to prevent that from happening is by using a melt band to give it that melted effect.
No, we're going to talk about why it is actually the wake up type. Not in this video, but we are. Unless he was insinuating that he wants black women to like put products in their hair outside of moisturizer in oil to make sure your scalp and hair is healthy. Unless he was insinuating that you actually need to do stuff to your hair instead of just wearing your natural hair outside. Which then it wouldn't be natural hair to me.
And here I'm just using the skin cap melt band, and you can use your own melt band of choice. I usually wait for about 5 to 6 minutes to make sure the glue is properly melted. And now I'm just gently lifting up the bands to see the results. And oh my gosh, guys, I get so excited about this part because I really can't wait to see the results of the melting process. But look at that. Look at that melt. It's glorious. All I can say is it feels like scalp. I'm sorry for being such a goofball, guys. I honestly get so excited about this part. Okay, back to business. Next part is to tint and color the cap, and I like to use my Fenty Beauty foundation. I love doing this part because it reminds me of being in art school, except I'm painting my own scalp. But yeah, here are the results. And guys, I love it. It's giving bald. It's giving scalp. Now I can use the cap however I wish for special effects make.
She looks beautiful bald. Aww.
For my lace front units or just to cosplay. I hope this video helps, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Bye.
That doesn't look lazy. This is like 3 minutes and that was sped up. I don't know if that's what he meant by lazy, but no, I'm not seeing lazy here. Also, if you want to have a conversation about black hair, maybe you should bring up black men's hair instead of black women. That way you can talk about your own community and what they're doing or not doing. Or if you want to talk about black women's hair, you can approach the conversation without what sounds like malice at the beginning. Like it sounded like an attitude at the beginning, like you already had a vendetta against black women, and you're not actually here to talk about black women's hair in good faith. You just want to drag these women for being lazy and wearing these wig and weave. So I don't know. Think about your argument first. Before you say it out loud is what I would say, because I didn't see lazy here. I feel like just waking up with your natural hair and walking outside is lazy. If you want to call it that, I wouldn't call wearing your natural hair lazy generally, but I would say, yeah, if we're going to say which one is lazy, I think TikTok told me it's time to take a break, and good, it's working. It is working. It's keeping me off TikTok when I put the 10-minute, 20-minute break intervals to make sure I'm not scrolling too long. But yeah, sassy apocalypse or whatever you said. With that being said, guys, that was not a random man I found on the corner. The link's there for y'all to click and come up. It's open to anybody of any gender, of any background. We accept all people here, unless they come up with some niggatry. But yeah, this does not look lazy. I'm not gonna lie. And this is supposed to be the new reusable bald cap that's supposed to be easier. And if this is the easier thing, I don't know what the other bald caps are like. but I'm gonna say they're probably harder. But I don't know if y'all consider this easier. Anywho, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you haven't already. And also, let's see how many of you are subscribed. 100%? That can't be true. Apparently 100% of y'all watching are subscribed. I don't believe that. I think it's broken. I think it's broken. I'm looking at the thing right now. I guess I can't shame anyone who's not subscribed today. So thank you all for coming, and I will chat with you in the Discord. Good night. Oh, and Monday we're going to talk about Desi Banks. Apparently he said that he got it out the mud and his ex threw him out when he was poor. But apparently she came online with receipts. So we're going to go through the receipts and see what's up.